So as we talk about these levels here, I do want to let you know that there are two different levels of managers. Okay? There's one level of manager, and I'll go ahead and put it here in an extra circle. There's one level which we call upper management. And upper management is primarily, their primary goal here, as it says in the notes, is to consult and counsel. What they are doing, they're coaching and they are holding managers accountable to ensure that employees are doing their job. So the upper level managers are managing managers, whereas the mid-level managers, they are actually one-on-one, in touch, talking to every single day the employees. Mid-level managers are managing employees. Their role is not to coach and consult. Their primary role is to command and control. They're the ones focused on the work. They are assigning the jobs to the individuals on a daily basis. So again, this is important. Now you may not find each of these levels in every single organization. There may not be boxes, may not be levels on the org chart. But a key thing to remember is whether there are levels there or not, I promise you these positions, these responsibilities are there. I promise you they are there. Somebody has to have the responsibility as we bring the message from the vision and the mission and what we're trying to accomplish this year, this quarter, this month, this week, this day. As we bring it down, there are always going to be people that are responsible for the managers and then managers that are then responsible for the employees. So as a manager, you are now responsible for the production of many people, maybe even an entire department or an entire division of people. The idea is that there are many, many moving pieces as you step into management. Even if it's a small company, and I want to keep that in mind, even if it's a small company that only has 2, 3, 4 employees, there are still the responsibilities of management. And again, this is one thing that keeps me in work on a weekly basis is the number of companies that on their org chart, they have the CEO. A lot of times the CEO is the owner. And then they have this huge gap and they come all the way down here to where everyone is doing the work. And what they are missing is this huge area here called management. They don't have managers in place. So the CEO feels like, man, I just got to run all over the place. I have to tell everybody what to do. Nobody can make a decision. They're always looking at me, what do we do here? What do we do here? Because they don't have the management piece in place. Again, whether I've got one company that's got 33 employees, another company that has 7 employees, and they are in the same boat. One has been in business for 13 years, another business has been in business for 33 years. And they're in the same boat. They got kind of trapped in this founder syndrome where the owner that started the company 33 years ago is still trapped in startup. Is still trapped in, I'm doing all of the work for everybody and telling everybody what to do. And if anything were to ever happen to this person, the company goes down immediately. So we just want to ensure that we support the company as we're moving forward. So again, as a worker, just want to do a little picture here. Got this fun little person. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. And they are responsible for a specific task. This is at the worker level. Responsible for a specific task. But now as we move over here to the manager level, we are now responsible for multiple people. Don't you love my artwork? Isn't this great? Multiple people and multiple tasks. And many times these tasks are independent of one another. They're not necessarily doing the same task. Some people are doing a marketing. Other people are doing sales. And in the marketing, maybe it's not, some people are doing websites. Some people are doing graphics. Some people are doing photography. Some people are doing video. But they are doing multiple different things. And me as a manager, I have to manage a group of people and each of their tasks as they are moving forward. I just think this is interesting. This was something that came to me as I was working with one of my clients, that so many times at this management level, we are not only focused here on execution, execution. Okay? Consistent execution here. But also, we have to deal with these humans that bring all the emotion to the job every single day. Oh my gosh, got this thing going on at home. Oh my life. Oh, there's just something going on. So we have these emotions plus the execution that we have to deal with. And so many times, because we don't manage the task really well, what we end up with is dealing with a lot of emotion. And our work environments have become very dramatic. There's drama going on all the time. Trying to get people to do things, and we have to figure out, okay, how am I going to incentivize this person? Oh, I got to go talk to this person. I know they're going to be mad if I go tell them, but I got to go tell them. But we put it off, and because we're dealing with the emotions, there's a lot of manipulation that goes on here. Because as managers, we have not focused on managing consistent execution. So in the midst of this, we have work that needs to get done. People bring emotions every day. We need to get work out of them every day so we can have consistent execution going on. So what the manager gets to focus on is taking the emotion out of the work. Okay? It's a very interesting piece and a very powerful piece for a manager is to take the emotion out of the work so that we can go directly to consistent execution. Again, this execution must be consistent. It must be, get this, it must be consistent and followable, if that makes sense. It must be followable by anyone. Not just one person, not just someone that really gets it, but it's got to be followable by anybody that I assign it to. That's when you know you have stepped into being a master in management. And the way that we're going to do this is we are going to design systems and processes to do the work. Rather than just focusing on people and all their emotions and all their junk and all their stuff that they're carrying around with them, saying, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. Rather than saying, I need you to do the task, what I'm going to do is assign systems to them. It takes out that emotion. It is a power move for the manager. Very, very important. I've got here also on our notes some companies here. We've got Chick-fil-A. We also have Southwest Airlines. We've got Quick Trip. If you're here in the Midwest, you know all about Quick Trip. We've got Disney World. Okay, we'll say Walt Disney here. And then we also have Starbucks. My question to you guys is, what do each of these companies have in common? When you think about these companies, what are some of the very positive things that you know each of these companies have in common? As I think of these, I think of things of, well, number one, they're clean. Also, I think of their customer service is wonderful. Clean customer service. It's like overwhelming customer service. Also, I think of smiles. When I think of individuals that work in these places, they are smiling, but they make me smile because they do such a good job. Also, another word that I think of is convenient. Each of these companies have created a convenience. They're thinking about me. So my question is, and I'm sure you've come up with several words as well, but my question to you is, do you think that just happens? Do you think it's just kind of like magic? It just happens. They just happen to hire the right people. They just hire the right folks and it just works out that way. Or do you think that they actually have something in place that allows you to go to multiple different locations of Chick-fil-A and find the same thing? Fly several different times on Southwest Airlines and have a very similar experience. Go to Walt Disney many different times and have a very similar experience. Does this make sense? The thing is consistency. It's not just being able to do it once. It's not just one person in your company being able to do it, but it's multiple people being able to perform at an expected level so that when customers come and engage with your company, they have a consistent positive experience over and over and over and over. Welcome to the wonderful world of management. This is what management provides for us. This is what management allows us to do. Without management, we're left with a bunch of emotion. One customer comes up and says, man, I got to work with Clay. It was fantastic. Man, I loved it. And we're going, hey, fantastic. I love that. And then another customer comes up, who's that Clay guy? Man, he hacked me off. He didn't do this and he didn't do that. And then you go approach this wonderful employee named Clay, and they go, yeah, they just caught me on a bad day. You know, I was upset. I was just coming off the thing, and it just didn't work. I don't know what it was. And it just becomes an emotional thing. Your company is on the back of humans rather than on the back of systems and processes. And humans can tend to be very emotional. And so one day, service, traction may be really good. Another day, service, traction, not very good. And you're just up and down. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Management allows us to remain steady. As a matter of fact, that's one of the key things about management. Consistency, steady. You know what to expect every single day. It's a key thing with management for you to add this level of management to your skill set, to your knowledge set, to your company. Because without it, it's very difficult for us to gain traction and actually begin to move forward. So I want to define management for us, okay? There's going to be some key words that we're going to be pulling out here, okay? So as we define management, what we get here is to bring organization and structure. Organization and structure. These are the first two key words. Boom, boom. Have you ever felt like in your company that things are just all over the place? It's just chaotic and you never really know what's coming? The day starts out one direction, but all of a sudden you're like, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do this, and you're just all over the board. You lose the organization and structure. You can't find things. Hey, where did we save that file? Hey, where's that thing? Didn't we get that one time? Where is that? Who am I supposed to talk to get that done? Because I just always keep going to the CEO to find the answer. Okay? Because I don't have a proper structure, management structure in place. So a manager's job is to bring organization and structure to ensure that the goals and objectives for the company get achieved. Goals and objectives of company are achieved. This is the role of the manager, to provide structure and organization so the goals and objectives of the company are achieved. That's your job. Now again, notice here that we provide organization and structure as a manager. I'm not saying here that as a manager, you provide labor and hands-on to make sure things happen. Because once again, as a manager, if I still have the mindset of a worker, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. Then you won't be able to organize and structure things. All you'll be able to do is more work. And it'll wear you thin.